authoritative slap.
That's the post-Beyonce slap.
Oh. I mean, are your hands sore?
Yeah. They're just, I'm a hustler, so
Mhm.
a diva, the female version of a hustler. I'm just
TM,
going to quote.
yeah. Just throw them in. Pepper
Exactly.
the
Pepper the ep with those. Totally. Well, you're listening to Is This Normal, the podcast where we dissect your quirks, queries, confessions, and decide if they're normal or something completely different. I'm Alyssa Yeoman.
And I'm Erin Ingle. And if you're liking this show, and that's why you've made it all the way here to episode 27, then you should probably finally rate it and review it. And you know what? Go ahead and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, because that's how we find more friends. And we would love that. We would love it if you would do us that honor and kindness. And you can always submit your quirks and your confessions through our submission form. It's in the show notes. You can find that all over. And please, for more hashtag content, for more conversation, little side videos we're working on, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram at isthisnormalpod. And there's a lot of fun to be had online.
Yes.
Our internet's play place.
The adult playground. The internet.
Yomi's cranking out some good vids lately. So if for nothing else, then you just got to get on there to find those the weekly Monisa and Alyssa videos.
Yeah. Give us a like.
Mm-hmm.
We're working hard out here, trying to please the algorithm.
You upgraded.
And
There's
you.
green screens now.
There's green screens. I know. We're doing it. We're doing it. I actually got that green screen for my birthday last year from Isaac, because I was like, yes, I'm ready to do this. Because I had this idea for a YouTube show that I never did.
Bring it back.
And I want to, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I felt very official busting it out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is nice to have.
You're like a tech wizard.
I know, right? Right? But yeah, what's been on your mind, Ingo? What's been going on with you?
Well, we were just talking about a little project we're working on, and so our show colors, we have a nice lime green. We've got a nice kind of sort of a 70s looking orange in there. And I have this thing, as long as I can remember, I've done this, where sometimes I call green orange and orange green. No other colors. I can't, it's not that I'm not discerning what they are. Like, we're talking into these microphones. This is like this is a green mic cover, right? Like, I mean, it's not perfectly green. It's kind of chartreuse or whatever. Right. But like your shirt, that's green. I know what they are. I don't know if it's because the letters are kind of similar. I mean, I know this is not normal.
It's a very specific kind of like color dyslexia.
There it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard me do that before today?
No, I hadn't heard you do that before today.
Tell you where it's a real problem is in Gatorade bottles. Lots of oranges and greens there, throwing them around. But yeah, I seriously, as long as I can remember, I've done this. I'll just say something like that. I'll be like, give me the green thing, like I don't know where it comes from. Maybe, I mean, orange is like a cool, weird word.
Right.
That we, famously hard to rhyme. It's got some crazy letters all in a row.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not that different from range, I guess, but orange. They both have G's and R's and E's in them and N's, right?
Right.
So they have most of the same letters. Maybe it's that. Maybe they're both like just kind of bold.
Maybe they both exhibit the same vibe for you.
That's got to be it. It's got to be vibe related.
Yeah.
It's got to be a vibe confusion.
Because I feel like Orange, the way you described her, definitely that bitch. Nothing rhymes with her. She has a unique sound. But then Green is like very,
Green's like, I'm chill. Like, I've always been here. Like, you.
And I'm everywhere.
Yeah,
though.
turn around. Here I am.
Exactly.
Still greening.
Exactly.
And she
powerful
like
color.
you feel like green is like kind of being like a posturing color, but then she's like, no, that's just you. Like that's not my attitude. That's your projection.
Exactly.
I'm chill.
She's secure.
Yes.
She's like, I'm nature.
I'm money.
I'm money. Yeah, exactly. I'm things out of this world, you know? So
it's
damn.
I Googled it and I found like one blog, like a very ill-maintained blog where somebody else has this going on, and they cited another person they found on the internet that has it, and it's just like they're like, this blogger's like, I cannot stress this enough, I'm not colorblind. I can see the difference between these, but it's just a name confusion.
Yeah,
super weird.
I love that there's a blog about it. So it must happen, you know.
I'm not completely
at least it's
alone.
2 people, you know. You and whoever they're calling out in their blog. Yeah, that's funny. I'm trying to think if there's any, because I get like mixing up words or something like that, where you're like I think the close example I have in my life is I feel like the word auspicious.
Oh yeah.
Should mean something negative.
Ooh, okay.
And I like every time someone uses it, I'm like, oh,
why are you throwing me shade like that?
Exactly. And I think it's because it sounds like suspicious, superstitious.
Yeah.
And it just like
pernicious, I think, is a bad thing too.
Oh, okay.
I have to look that up. Pernicious.
Oh, I've never even heard that word. Or at least I haven't in a long time.
I feel like it's got to be in like the rap of like a Disney villain or something somewhere.
Yeah.
Like literally means having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. So
yeah,
like the pernicious effects of air pollution.
Right. And I feel like auspicious belongs with all those.
It does.
Like
why is it?
But it's a positive thing. Like if something's auspicious, it's like could be good.
Yeah, it's like a good omen, right?
Exactly.
Or something.
Exactly.
But omens are scary. But then
right? So that's my closest thing, where it's just like it doesn't.
The vibe is
the
wrong.
Energy is off. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe it's like, maybe you see something in green and orange that we all can't see.
Maybe
they're secretly like lovers. You're the only one who knows, though.
Started out talking.
Exactly.
Little flirts here and there, hanging out on the Gatorade bottle.
Truly.
Hanging out in our logo. You know?
Exactly.
And they spent all this time together. Now they're exploring a deeper relationship.
Exactly.
Where does orange end and green begin?
Oof. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me about it. Keep it secret.
But yeah, that is definitely a special.
Oh.
I love how you were just like, I'm not even gonna ask if this is normal or special.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a special thing. It's just like, it's funny how those things work in your brain, where like once something, like rewiring your brain now as an adult is just like, I'm like, how do you even do it?
So
like,
difficult.
Yeah.
That being said, we're not coming to the defense of people that are like, I just can't understand why they can't just use regular pronouns. Or that's
a different
easy.
thing. Yeah, that's
it's actually quite easy to learn.
We're just talking about like little things that confuse you, little bits and bobs.
And I guess my green orange confusion like doesn't come up enough for me to like bear like to figure out why, or like if there's any way to address it at all. I don't know how. It just doesn't feel significant enough, but
a psychological test.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe they need to conduct some research on me. Cause
exactly.
Although they'll probably find that this is living in the same part of my brain where my like, which one is Chris Pine and which one is the other one,
Chris Hemsworth.
Now I know that one.
Okay,
but there's a couple other. Maybe they're not all Chris's. Anyways, or an older generation, Kiefer Sutherland, Michael Keaton.
Right.
Which one's which?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't.
One of them's 24.
Right. The countdown.
Well, shoot. That's a little bit about me. To use a stand-up. A little bit about me.
A little bit about me.
Sometimes call green orange and orange green.
The crowd goes wild.
Relatable.
Exactly. I love when comics say a little bit about me. I don't say that on stage. I think that's something I like definitely moved
I
out of
try
my
to avoid
vocab.
that,
Yeah, I
yeah.
try to avoid that.
That's a real time filler.
My new one I'm trying to drop is
Oosh.
I say
Why you gotta let go of What if they don't know?
But I just say it too much. I'm like, I need to drop that, and
Oh
I want
my
to drop
God.
But
Good luck.
yeah.
I don't know how I would go. I don't know how much of an ummer I am, but I think I told you this. I listened to a tape that I was trying to submit for something, and I did so many of these, like a sound. I know I do it
Really?
on the pod too, but it is gross when you hear it. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry for the listeners if I'm like really ruining some future episodes for you, but I do that like in the place of something like a or like whatever hesitation. I also say like all the time.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? Sit there in silence? I need a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could just psychotically laugh at yourself. Some people fill the space with
That's
that.
true.
Listen, not a constant stream of giggles.
A little more delightful.
Mm.
Should we hop into our submissions today?
Let's do it. It's a grab bag today.
Yeah, we got some random. There's no thematics on this episode. But I love it.
Don't try to theme them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it deserves to be wild and free. We haven't gotten wild and free in a while.
Totally.
Okay, so our first submission for the day. Is it normal that I play Jabba the Hutt's palace theme song at parties to set the tone?
Is that the?
I think so. I think so.
Call Seattle's Paul Curry for this one.
Yeah.
So
Jabba the Hutt's palace theme. Is that when he has Princess Leia tied up? Is that when that
probably plays? And now that I'm thinking of it, I might be thinking of the like cantina music.
Yeah, I'm like, let me pull this up.
We're gonna get very copyright infringed. YouTube's gonna make us put ads on this one if we pull up the Jabba Palace music.
Yeah, no.
Now, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna say I've never been to a party where this has happened.
Really?
I don't think. Like maybe like unless it was a themed party.
Okay. Yeah, are you going to a lot of Star Wars themed parties?
Never. Yeah, no, I haven't. But I'm just saying, they say at parties in general.
Right.
And I don't think I've been to a party where this has happened.
Okay, this is what popped up on YouTube. I'll play a little clip.
Okay.
Let me make sure my volume is up.
Okay.
That's how we're playing, so George Lucas doesn't come after us. But
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I know this. I do know this.
Okay.
From Paul Curry, and of course I've seen this movie, but it's been a long time.
It's been a while for me as well.
The beat is funky, like it's a funky track, and then it's in an alien language.
Right. The creatures are all moving around to it. It was a little more joyful and less ominous than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I thought Jabba the Hutt's theme song might be a little ominous. I could see this actually setting the tone at a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are just like rubbing elbows, getting their past
funky.
apps.
Yeah,
having
exactly.
A drink. I'm not mad at it. It's a fun song.
It's
might be a bop.
Normal?
I don't think it's normal though.
You don't think it's normal? Yeah, I think it could be in. I feel like
some circles.
In some circles, yeah, exactly. Like I feel like if you're playing this at your parties, you probably have like a Star Wars, friend group.
Oh yeah.
People are knowing the song, and if it sets the tone for the party,
there's gonna be some like some winning glances across the room. Like, did you just? Oh, I did.
Yeah, you dirty motherfucker.
And then they're like, okay, let's get wild.
Exactly. Shots all around. Yeah, I think it's always tricky because it's like setting a tone at parties. Like, what kind of vibe are you gonna put out?
Man, I miss a house party.
Me too.
Gosh.
I was thinking about that. I miss house shows.
Those are good times.
Yeah. I was like, should I do a tour across America, house show tour?
Absolutely.
Because I was like, let's bring that back. That would be cool. But I think I agree with you that this is a special thing. Just because, you know, it's such a specific fandom, and it is also a very specific like party vibe. Like you were saying, like passing tray of apps and stuff. I was like, this is kind of a classier party.
Yeah, like I'm not seeing like a sweaty like metalhead party going for it.
Right.
Like you know, yeah, it feels like I feel like there need to be like drinks clinking.
Exactly.
Maybe
Like I'm
that's
not
'cause
seeing anybody
picturing Jabba the Hutt's palace though.
exactly. Like I don't see people playing beer pong after this sets the tone
No, I don't know
for
how
the
you
party.
get there.
Yeah, you can't get there after this. But this definitely feels special. But I love it.
I love it as your like signature move.
Exactly.
I want to go to your party and just see at least.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a party rock anthem, as it were?
Ooh, party rock anthem. Do I have one? Tonight's gonna be a good night, but no. I'm kidding.
I play it on loop. That's my getting ready song.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Loop that for the next 3 hours. I don't think I have a song in particular, because I'm very much I get obsessed with a song for like a couple weeks or maybe even a month or longer or whatever, and then I'll have the urge to want to like play that if I'm like gonna be at a party. But then I have to remember that like my obsession song might not be a party song.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah,
because I think my favorite song, one of my favorite songs, is After Hours by The Weeknd. I love that song. I try to play it at parties all the time.
Does it ruin the vibe?
It does not hit at parties.
Okay.
I don't know why it's got this great progression that happens in it and all this stuff, but like other people aren't feeling.
You're looking around like trying to stir up some.
Exactly.
Is it too dramatic?
I think it might be too dramatic.
Okay.
And The Weeknd is very hit or miss for people.
Sure.
Not everybody
I have
is a
some
Weeknd
songs
head.
I like, but I don't think I've listened to like an album really. I only know the hits.
Okay. Yeah. I have a problematic relationship with The Weeknd. And you know I love Post Malone, which doesn't hit for everybody either. So
Yeah, I get to see you. The room is crowded. Everyone has a drink and like a small tray of a little plate of their own food, like some cheese on it, and you're in the middle, just going, "You're my sunflower." Kind of spinning around, taking up some space, just like living a good life. It's like, well,
I should do
it's
that.
their birthday, so
they're like, we can't stop him at this point. So funny. Yeah, I could. There's definitely a timeline that I'm doing that on right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I feel like I normally like, if I'm having a party with like friends, I'll like make more of a collaborative playlist.
Yeah.
I think that helps.
Mm-hmm.
But I sometimes don't want to be responsible for the tone because I don't have the tone for everyone.
Yeah, and also, nobody wants to like make a playlist and then like see people like not feeling it.
Yeah.
Maybe being a DJ is a higher pressure job than I actually know, because I would hate to be like, oh no, this one's this one's next.
Exactly.
I can't commit to that anymore at this point in my life. But
yeah,
I made like last year we had a Halloween party and I made like a spooky 80s Halloween playlist, and so it was like some like actual spooky songs and some just like kind of like cool gothy synthy music, and I was very much digging it. I think I listened to it for like 3 weeks straight, and then I think it immediately got displaced on the on the speakers during the party. But I was like, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
It's just for me.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm always like, yeah. I have a little aversion to being the one to set the theme at a party.
Too much power, too much responsibility.
Exactly. Like when you get handed the aux cord, it's like, what do you do next?
But I could see this person's like group of friends, like this is maybe a moment in the party, and that they're all like ready and waiting for when it comes to happen. Because my group of friends that we do like a Christmas every year from my hometown friends, we have a song, and this is for the time when all of us were drinking heavily. We would play a song by. Did you ever listen to Ben Queller?
Ben Queller,
very cute little guitar-y guy.
Oh, I don't think so.
And he has a song called "Wasted and Ready," and we would like put that song on and start just like chugging like our drinks along with it, because he says I'm wasted and ready all the time, like over and over again. So that's like a very weird song that only this like group of people really, and like our little extended network I think are that hyped about. I don't think if I put that on at a random party, most people would know what it was.
Right.
But we love it. It means something to us. It's like an activation.
Totally.
You know, the sleeper cells are all lit up. And
Yeah.
so maybe the Jabba Palace music is doing that job at these parties. And it's like,
Right.
oh, shit.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Totally. I love that. Yeah, I think it's special, but I'm glad that you and your people,
Yep.
this is how you set the tone.
Here, here. Here, here. Okay. Moving forward, next submission. This is a longtime favorite of the show. Is it normal to sneeze when I get aroused? Now, I do have a cold, and I do need to sneeze right now. This is back to Erin. I'm gonna need to sneeze, and I just want you to know, it's not horniness related.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Maybe I talked my way out of it. Okay, but so.
I'm like, you okay over there?
Whew, okay, trying to regain control. Is it normal to sneeze when I get aroused?
The first thing that's coming to my mind in this one is, I don't know if you know, but like dogs, when they sneeze, it usually means that they're like in a playful mood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's
when
very
dogs
cute.
get really excited and they sneeze, I don't know if you've been around a dog that does that.
I have seen the dog sneeze.
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
it's 'cause they're like happy and it means they're in play mode and stuff like that. So it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, I mean-
obviously we're talking about a person here though.
Maybe they're a dog though.
Dirty dog.
Maybe they're a dirty little doggy. Achoo.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love this as your tell.
Yes.
You know, 'cause I can't think of like what like body signals people have when they're turned on. Like I would guess like, you know, your face gets red maybe, or like maybe some
Right.
people like sweat.
Eyes get low, voice
Ooh.
gets lower, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah. But a sneeze, you're like making out and you just sneeze on someone's, you know what I mean? Like you have to excuse yourself really quick to like sneeze or something
Uh-huh.
like that. I'm thinking about that moment, which is
That
funny.
is hilarious.
Or like that like when you're in the early stages of dating, I feel like the pre-kiss look wears off the longer you're with someone.
Mhm.
But you know, when you're about to kiss for the first time or whatever,
Mhm.
having to sneeze in that moment,
yeah,
right?
that would
Like,
suck.
yeah, I feel like that would be not good. Just sneeze in someone's face. I've never heard of this before, though.
Well, we talked about this from two different angles because the original submitter submitted this in first person, and then another person's spouse submitted on their behalf. I said, is it normal that my husband
Yes,
sneezes when they're turned on?
and I think they said their husband and all of their like brothers,
Wow.
right?
You're right.
I think it said like, so it's like a family trait, genetic trait.
That is bizarre when you think it like,
Right.
truly might be genetic.
or something. And like
So-
if all the men in the family have this thing,
Yeah.
you know, like where
So it's got to be some like, yeah, there's some synapse or something, nervous system connection going on.
right, because that's not something you teach your kids. You're not
No.
like, let me give you the sex talk when you
Uh,
get real horny.
That's what I
You're
want to
gonna
teach my
sneeze.
kid.
Yeah, exactly. So
In this house,
yeah.
you sneeze when we're turned on,
No other times though.
Mhm.
Allergy season, keep it locked.
and you
the
keep
fuck
your
up.
eyes open when you sneeze too.
Remember whenever people used to say if you keep your eyes open when you sneeze, your eyeballs would pop out?
Great urban legend.
Yeah, I was scared of that for a long time. I feel like into adulthood, it took me
Yeah.
a while to, yeah.
I have like a pretty strong phobia of sneezing while I drive. Like because you close your eyes, I'm like afraid I'm gonna like immediately rear end somebody or something.
Right.
A friend of mine backed into somebody in the like high school parking lot, and we're like, dude, how? And she's like, I sneezed.
Oh, poor baby.
Mm.
Yeah, is it normal to sneeze when I get aroused?
My 10 cents or 2, depending on how many cents it costs to put in an opinion these days.
With inflation, it's definitely up to 10.
Is I feel like if this were a normal thing, like it would be very much in the lexicon. Like
yes.
there would be an episode of every popular TV show. There would be a Blackish episode about sneezing when you're turned on. There would be like every like Never Have I Ever. Like there would be something in all of the popular shows
Right.
about how guys do this.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it though.
I like it too. Also, if you're non-male and you sneeze when you get aroused, let us know so we know it's not just this particular group of men in this one family. I would love to know. Yeah, I love it too. I think it's kind of precious. It feels so like wholesome for such a non-wholesome event that might occur after, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I think it's pretty cute.
And what's very fun is when those around you that know this are like, if you sneeze, they're going to be like, what you thinking about?
Yeah, totally.
Or like, you trying to smash or what?
They're like, no, I just sniffed some pepper.
All right. My bad. Misread the situation.
Oh, that leads me to another question, though. Is the sneeze different? Like, is it a varying sneeze?
Yeah. Like, is it one of those, like, guttural, like, full body sneezes? Or is it, like, a little, achoo? Like,
right. Because I'm coming from a different place. If it's, like, a brain thing, you know?
Just
like,
a tickle.
Yeah, it might just come out as a different type of sneeze than, like, if you're, like, genuinely sneezing from, like, allergies or a cold or something like that.
All this sneeze talk is like making my eyes water.
Yeah, I know. You're like cold over there. You're like holding it together.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. Yeah, this is a very I just forgot about, the physical demands of a podcaster, It's like
True.
My voice, my moneymaker right now. my pro bono
yeah.
My Patreon subscriber is not working well, but
yeah,
we're getting through it.
Yeah, if you want the behind the scenes of this episode, join our Patreon. It's just Erin sneezing into the mic for 30
Every
minutes.
month
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
Get, 3 sneezes. We'll record them onto like a little sample loop for you if
Yes.
you ever want to fake sick.
Exactly. It'll be $100 a month.
Preferred member.
Exactly, a founding member. We'll put you down. We don't have a Patreon, y'all, but we'll get one.
We'll get one if you want us to.
Just note to self.
Yeah. For now, you can just Venmo us.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy us
for
a
this
burger.
hot sneeze content. But yeah, this one is definitely a special one as well.
Yeah, super special. Would you give it any like out of the ordinary categories? Like adorable, you said.
I know. I think it's like special, and also like I feel like we need like a wholesome category.
Oh,
because this is like reminding me of that one we had where someone was like Googling armadillos in the summer. I'm like, just like that's just like a sweet, weird little habit,
I love it. We're gonna add that.
Yeah, so I think definitely give it like special and wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Special and wholesome.
Even though it's on the topic of arousal, it's still very wholesome.
Mm-hmm. It takes the edge off the arousal almost.
It does, because you're like, oh, you're so sweet. Do you need a little hanky?
Yeah. Need a little hand job?
I got you.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Hand jobs are so low vibrational, by the way.
Oh man. Not wholesome.
Not wholesome at
Hand
all.
jobs are dirty.
They're dirty. Dirty work. Dirty
Yeah.
work. So funny.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's doing it right now.
Somebody is. Somebody definitely is. Somewhere out there in the world. So, okay. Here we go. Our final submissions. We won't go too deep into hand jobs in this one. Don't want to go off on that tangent. Yeah. We'll save that. Final one. Sometimes I go to sleep on Thursday and dream that I wake up and go through my entire Friday, so that when I wake up on Friday morning, I think it's Saturday. Face. Just a smiley.
the
straight line smiley face. Yeah.
Kind of a grumble.
Yeah.
I have done this or like had this type of dream where you're like sure that you just had the day.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever like dreamed the part where I go back to sleep though. You know what I'm saying? Like they go through their entire Friday and then wake up on Friday and they think it's Saturday. But like I have quite vivid dreams. So when they stay normal enough that I'm like, oh yeah, like when I wake up and remember it,
Mhm.
if I'm thinking that it's real life, yeah, I've had this where basically I would say I woke up very disoriented because I
Right.
was like, wait, did that just happen? Like, was that yesterday? Was that today?
Mm.
So I think this is normal.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
No, I'm with you on this. I've definitely had the dreams where you're like going through your
It's
day.
just mundane.
Yeah, super mundane, but like still very realistic. And you wake up and yeah, I mean, I'm very like I've been shook by dreams. I
Yeah.
have really weird dreams too. So I've definitely several times woken up and I'm like in a haze or like even sometimes woken up in like a bad mood because of a
Oh,
dream or
yeah.
something like that. So
Like,
I
what
could
the fuck?
see, yeah, going through your day and then waking up and then just being like, oh, it's Saturday. I have nothing to worry about. And then being like, fuck.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I feel like your alarm clock going off would be the sign.
Maybe. I mean,
But
they might not be as advanced in the alarm clock world as you.
that's true.
Maybe the clock just goes off when it goes off, or like
Right.
maybe they don't get up to an alarm on weekdays. I don't know. I don't know
Wow.
what their lives are like.
That's true.
Like, this could be a person that works nights,
Something like that.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I feel like that's actually maybe even a better, like a more of a possibility, because when you have those, like if you work a night job or like an evening job, like restaurant or whatever, then, because I would always work the night, not, even if I was off at like 10 or whatever, maybe go drink, maybe be out afterwards. Or even if I did go home, not going straight to bed, like up kind of late,
Right.
and then you go to sleep, and then like working. There's a little bit of a special torture to working evenings, because
Yeah.
you have to end your fun and go to work instead of ending work and going to your fun.
Exactly.
So I feel like this would maybe even happen to me more when I was working those types of shifts, and so I would wake up, at like 11 and be like, "What the fuck day is it? What time is it?"
Right.
Also sucks to just like dream of work.
Oh,
Ugh,
it is so painful.
I do that all the time.
I hate dreaming of work. I hate dreaming about being back in school.
What's your school dream?
I had one where I think my most recent one is being in a class that I hadn't been like attending regularly or something, and a test comes up.
Yes, I have this.
And I'm like, I don't know this. Like when I was like taking some really intense math class, I wasn't keeping
Funny.
up with the work, and it's like panic. I hate that like feeling of panic or whatever. It all comes back like you're in school again. So I think that's definitely one I've had.
That's bizarre how similar that is to one that I have. It's like
Yeah.
a specific math class with a specific teacher that I had in like my like sophomore or junior year of high school. For some reason I have not attended like practically all the semester, and it's like test day. I'm like, and I always notice that it's weird that like my attitude is like, how did I get away with not coming to class? Why hasn't anyone stopped me from not going to class? And then now I'm gonna have to be responsible for this.
Right.
Not taking responsibility for not going to class at all.
Exactly. No, I think I always have the moment in my dream where I'm like, maybe I can still pull this off without having been in class. And then it's like, all that blurry dream vision of like math that I'm like trying to like figure out. I can't do math, not in my dreams. I can't do it. You know what I mean? So in my dreams, it's even worse than that. And it's always like some weird, like it is my old high school, but it's like mixed with like schools I've seen in like TV or like other places. So it's like kind of this mashup of a place. Yeah, I hate those. I hate the ones. I hate the dreams where I had one where I was like back in college doing like college orientation. I know.
I don't think I ever dreamed about college, weirdly.
Yeah, I had like one semi recently about that, and I was like, "What am I doing back here in college? Looking like fucking Drew Barrymore and Never Been Kissed."
Barley. In a little baby doll dress.
Yeah, exactly.
Some kind of fuzzy hair, just like not quite right.
Right.
Oh, that fashion is all the way back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's really hard swallow.
We shouldn't do it.
I think we gotta let it go. Yeah. I was like, I prayed my whole life for high-waisted jeans. I'm not going back.
That's very true for me too.
I'm not going back.
The dreams that I somebody told me once, I think because they're like good at lucid dreaming, and they had told me, I want to say it's this person, it might be confusing memories, but that they said that you like can't like read in a dream. Like if you look at a paper, you can't read anything. But so I do that in my dreams a lot, but I can. I feel like but I can't. So that means it doesn't like, it's not a good trigger for me to be like, oh, I'm dreaming right now.
Right.
Because I feel like I will try to check it and look at like my phone in my dream, or like, and sometimes I'm like, oh, there's nothing on here. And then I see that I'm like, okay, I must be dreaming.
Right.
I don't know if it's weird, if I'm describing it in the way that like my brain is processing it during the dream, but a lot of times it's still like you're talking about the fuzzy math on the page. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely seeing something here.
Yeah. So are you a lucid dreamer? Because if you're checking your
ever
dream
so
to
often,
see.
so often, like
Same.
A lot of times I'm like, I'm dreaming, but like I don't like get to that means I can goof around stage, which is what my goal would be to do.
Yeah.
So like, a handful of times I've been like, I might see if I can run and fly a little bit,
Right.
and I've had some small successes with that.
Yeah.
The best thing in the world.
It's the best. I love when that happens. I love when I lucid dream and I'm like, I'm flying, but I'm dreaming. Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Feels so good.
I might I want to learn. We were talking about this at our last live show. This is kind of on the same topic, but like I want to learn how to like, what is it, astral project?
Oh, I don't think I want to.
You don't want to?
I would be afraid I'd be like stuck outside my body somehow.
Ooh.
You want to do it?
Oh, I want to do it. I got to know.
What's out there?
Yeah, exactly. Like put me on another plane. I want to be looking down at myself and see
that makes me nervous.
the vibe. Yeah.
If I look around and there's other stuff out there that I can't see,
Right.
and then I'm awakened to the idea that there's all this is like, that our atmosphere is just like thick with spirits, and I can't.
You look over and it's
goo.
Hitler looking down at his
Oh,
own
no.
body. Yeah, you're like, I'm in the wrong place. Oh shit. But these realistic dreams, I feel like this is like a very common thing, especially being like disoriented by like the realness of a dream, and then like having to come to and like readjust yourself for the real world again. I think that feels really normal. But you're talking to two dreamers.
You're talking to two dreamers is what we've always been.
Yeah. I remember the first time we had a conversation about dreams, it was like an hour long. We were both like, oh yeah. Because I feel like, I don't know if you're someone who feels like dreams sometimes like give you like signs or.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah.
I give a lot of meaning to, or at least
Same.
I feel like, at some base archetypal stuff that are like, I'm like, yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Exactly.
Something, maybe that's what you'll get when you learn how to astral project, is just like a little bit of like distance from the literal that helps you make sense of things.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, dreams are big. Dreams are important. And that's why it sucks when they're wasted on routine days.
Exactly.
Where you like wake up and you're like, okay, time to get ready for,
Yeah.
But I sometimes I'll get like stuck in like a loop like that, where like kind of I think it's when I'm not sleeping very well in the morning, or like I'm waking up a lot. So then I like wake up, fall asleep, dream that I wake up, kind of like back and forth between those, and it's just a bad sleep.
Yeah. Do you
Hate
get
that.
sleep paralysis?
I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis. That's terrifying to me.
It is terrifying. I've had it a few times in life. I haven't had it any time recently, and knock on wood, it doesn't happen tonight.
Now,
for some
remind me,
reason.
That's like your brain is awake, but your body is
It's
asleep?
still sleeping.
Okay.
And I've been in moments where, and I think it's one of those things where you like think your eyes are open or something. One of the ones that I have most specific memory of, we're at my friend's cabin. This was as a kid. I like am awake, I think, and I'm like in the cabin, and and I'm like trying to like move or scream or any of those moments in dreams too, but like the sleep paralysis in particular, because you're like, I'm aware and like my body like is not moving.
Yeah.
It's
a terrifying feeling.
Exactly. So powerless. You feel so powerless. So yeah. Ooh, so scary. But in this dream about just having to go to work, That's scary,
We
too.
might. I added this concept of them going to work. They just said they go through their entire Friday.
Yeah.
So then they wake up on Friday morning. They think it's Saturday. Maybe they don't even work on Friday. I don't know. But in my mind, that's how it's going, and it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the point is you think it's the weekend, and it's not the weekend.
Yeah.
You find out, you know.
have to do Friday now.
Exactly.
I wonder how accurate their dreams are
Me
for the day
too.
ahead.
Yeah.
You know, if they're like, oh, I saw this like guy in the suit on the corner of like walking out of Starbucks and he spilled his drink or whatever, and then they're like, fuck, that just happened.
Yeah.
That would be too heavy of a burden.
Oh, yeah. The weird, like, deja vu moments or whatever.
Yeah. If you know what deja vu is about, get at me. And I don't want it to be rationalized. I want it to be magical.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't there some pseudo-rational explanation for
I think
deja
it's
vu
like
where your, like, brain skips or something kind of?
I don't know. I mean,
I was
I
just-
kind of even like that. I think I guess the thing that I'm thinking of is people being like, no. You know? This has neither happened before nor have you thought of it before. You're just feeling something weird. But like
yeah.
that's the one I don't want. I want it to
No.
I want it to like be like you know, I've tried I'm in a different universe.
Yeah. That's what I believe. I'm like, whenever deja vu happens, I'm like, I'm a fucking psychic.
Yeah. I've like for sure thought of this moment or like experienced this somehow. Yeah.
Because the feeling, it's just like a very specific feeling that's really,
Yeah.
like, how else would you get that familiarity or like that, like...
That spark that's like, I mean, because I understand if you're like, oh, I'm doing something that I literally do all the time. But when you're in that moment where you're like, no, I've never been in this room with these people or like,
right.
and this is happening right now. So what's that?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's magic.
Must be magic.
Something. Maybe it's just astral projecting in your day, you know?
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops, it popped out of my body.
I'm back now.
Did I miss anything?
Jabba the Hutt's palace theme is playing.
Well, shit.
Yeah, but that's a normal one. I love that was probably our most like ethereal write-in today. We're like normal, everything else.
Yes.
We're like Star Wars special. This arousal special. We're like, this is
Yeah. No, you're our people apparently.
Exactly.
Whatever this is feels normal to us. Maybe nobody else is with us, but I believe that I think a lot of people are having the mundane dreams of going through their day.
Absolutely.
It's not a gift, but it does happen.
Shit. Write us in and tell us about your wild dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you need a place to be like, I have this crazy dream to tell.
This is the kind of shit we want to hear.
I would love to. We can have a fucking dream review
Oh, why not?
episode.
It's a whole extra podcast.
Yeah. It's a little subset
We'll
of
make
Is
it
This
make
Normal.
sense.
Exactly. Totally. Well, I think that was it for the day.
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap. So if you like this pod, I'm going to say it again. Same thing we said up top, but rate, review, subscribe, submit your quirks, queries, confessions, your dreams. Follow us on Instagram at Is This Normal Pod. And until next time, you're normal.
You're special.
We love you.